Hello, everyone. Welcome to Consistently Creative Crew. I'm Colleen along with Kari and Cheryl, and we're here tonight to walk you through the Deeper in the Woods project recipe. And what's very unique about this project recipe that I believe I've never done before is these trees are actually punched into this large paper, and then you back it with a different strip of paper so that it shows up. That's just very unique, and I thought it was cool. I wanted to show it to you. Um, Here is a sample on the table showing coastal scenes, and I use the crab border maker cartridge because we're eating crabs. Um, it's a Maryland thing. It's our daughter's birthday, and she likes to have crabs on her birthday. So you can see I punched the border. So you want to use, I believe the term we use is called a knockout, so that what you are punching falls out so that you can do it. And if you don't happen to have anything, you can just punch it on the strip that's under here and then just put it on top of it. It's fine. But I just wanted to show you a different technique. Oh, I lost one of my face covers. All right, so for this layout, you need 2 pieces of cardstock or album pages for your base, and then 3 designer papers. And designer paper number 1, both sides will show. I am going to take, so everyone can follow along, I'm going to follow the project recipe as is. So this is my designer paper number 1. I'm going to end up punching on both sides of the paper after I cut it, and then the other side is going to show. And you can see here in the sample, here is designer paper number 1, and then you cut 2 strips, and then that's the other piece of designer paper number 1. So that all that in the center is designer paper number 1. And then designer paper number 2 is this paper, and you see it serves as the mats for all of the photos. You cut a strip to go behind what you've punched out of the designer paper number 1. And these are actually just little strips, 1/2-inch strips. And then this is just a small square that you cut in half on the diagonal and make a triangle. So I'm just trying to give you as much information. And then the third designer paper, you don't use all of, and that is what is these large pieces on the side, here and here. I will alert you that if you have a directional paper, one of the pieces of paper will not be correct. This piece will be in the correct direction, and this piece will be going sideways. Did you notice it on my sample? I don't think so. It's not really obvious. No one's really going to notice. Then the other thing about this that we've already mentioned is the punch or border maker cartridge. On my sample, I used the crab, and when I punched it, it punched out all of the crabs, and it just left, what do we call the negative, on the paper. This project recipe is using the evergreen trees that came as part of the that came with, well, I'm just not going to lie about what it came with. Anyway, a recent new collection. Other ones that would work are the boot prints. That would work. It wouldn't show up that much because there's not that big of holes, but it would work. Also, the tools would work because they all fall out, so the tools would work. Same with the baking. The baking would work. I did not get to go through all of my tools to figure out every single one that would work, but I hope you understand that the intention is for you to punch something that actually falls out, and you are left with the negative on the paper. You're left with just the hole showing. And if you don't have anything that falls out, just punch something on a strip and put it on top of the paper. These are just suggestions of what you should do. You can adapt it to whatever works for you. So, designer, any questions? Okay, we're going to start with our trimmer and designer paper number 1. For me, that's the green plaid. And from the cutting guide, we're going to cut it 5.5. And on our trimmer, it's the edge of our trimmer. 5.5. Set that aside. And then the next cut is 3.5. Set that aside. And then you have 3 inches left, which you're going to cut at 1.5. So you're just going to cut it in half.
I'm sorry, I'm behind the times. What was the first cut?
No, you're fine. It's 5.5.
Okay. And then 3.5, right?
3.5. And then 1.5. And because we're here, and if we can pause if you need to, Karen, so you can catch up. So designer paper number 2, the first cut is 1.5 by 12, and I am going to do something different than the cutting guide because that was way too much for me. I did something different and it worked out fine as long as you're very precise with your cuts. So I did 1.5, which is the first 2 cuts are 1.5 by 12. And you can go to the left or to the right of your cutting guide when you're doing small numbers. Okay, next the instructions tell you to cut 4.5 by 4.5 and then 4.5 by 4.5. And then they have you do a 7-inch half-inch strip twice and then a 5-inch half-inch strip twice and then a 3.5 by 3.5. I'm like, why are we doing all these little things? So I changed it. I did the 4.5. I cut this all the way down at 4.5. Then I cut the 4.5, the 4.5, and then I cut 2 half-inch strips. And then you have 3.5 by left. So as long as you're precise with your cutting, you're good to go. So I am going off book on this cut, and I'm cutting at 4.5. All the way, 4.5 by 12. And then I'm rotating and cutting at 4.5. I'm rotating, and then I'm cutting at 4.5 again. And then you're left with this little scrap. You can use it for embellishing, titling, whatever you like. Next, I'm going to cut 2 half-inch by 12 strips. And if you go on the right-hand side of your trimmer, the first grid line is the half-inch mark. Two half-inch strips. The reason you cut it to the right is because you can hold the paper on the left. Just gives you more stability when you're cutting. 2 half-inch strips, and then you should have left 3.5 inches. Oh, look at that. 3.5 inches. Just rotate and cut it 3.5 inches. And the remainder of that paper is scrap. You could use it for another mat, embellishing, whatever you choose. Your 3.5 by 3.5 you want to put on the cutting line with the corners on the dotted line where you cut on your trimmer, the number on the left-hand side, the dash on the left-hand side, and cut it in half. Now I'm going to slant it, if it's directional, slant it to the right. Put the top left corner at the top and the bottom right corner at the right. So then when you mount it under your photo, it'll be in the correct orientation. How's everybody doing? Are we keeping up? I see thumbs up. Okay, so we'll keep going. So our third designer paper, you have gonna cut it at 7. And this remainder is scrap. And then you're gonna rotate and cut at 5. Or cut at 7. You're just gonna have a 7 by 7 piece and a 7 by 5 piece. 7 by 7, 7 by 5. That is it for your trimmer. You can put that away. Then take out your punch. Okay, just kidding. We haven't cut our strips. We need our trimmer one more time. So the strips, you need 2 7-inch strips and 2 5-inch length. They're already cut to 1/2 inch. I'm stacking them on top of each other. It's very easy to hold them together. Lining them up at the 7, pushing them up against the edge and cutting. And now I have 2 that are 7 inches and 2 that are 5. Okay. Now we're finished with the trimmer. And you need your punch, your border maker cartridge, whatever you're going to use, that's going to give you this effect. So from designer paper number 1, you need the largest piece of paper, and that goes on the left-hand side of your layout. So you need to punch the left-hand side of your layout. So in order for these trees to go on here, I do believe I need to punch it upside down. So I can punch on the left hand. So if I punch there, the trees are going to be running down the left-hand side of my paper. That's what makes sense to me. You need to do what makes sense to you. Line up to the line on your punch. Right there, that's where you're going to start your paper and punch all the way down the side. Then line it up on the side. There's an image that you're lining it up against. Hold your paper tight against the grid on the right-hand side and make sure it's lined up on the image on the left. Punch again. Just punch all the way down the paper. I think everyone is pretty used to how to use the punches. And if you're using a border maker cartridge, you're just going to punch all the way down the side. So what collection is everybody using?
I have a mishmash of very old papers that you'll just have to see when you're done, because I don't know
Okay.
what they were from.
Fun, fun, fun. And don't forget to save your punch outs because those can be great embellishments.
I'm doing digital in a travel paper.
Oh, nice. Okay, so then I've punched my largest piece of paper and it's on the left-hand side. And now I'm going to the second piece of paper from designer 1, the second cut. And I'm going to punch on the right-hand side. So this time I don't have to flip the paper over for my punch. I'm just going to mount it right in because it will punch on the right-hand side of the paper. And again, if you happen to not have a knockout type of punch or border maker cartridge, I have a go around that I can show you in a minute. So hold tight.
Oh, thinking you could use border stickers.
You could use border stickers. Yes, you could. And most collections have border stickers. Good suggestion. All right. We're finished with that. And now it's assembly. So you have your designer paper number 1 pieces that you punched on the larger one on the left, the smaller one on the right. And then you're going to take your 2 strips from that same paper and turn them over, and they're going to go on the inside here. Or however you choose to do it. I'm just going to dry fit everything so you get the idea of what's going on. Then we take the big 7x7 piece, goes on the right-hand side in the center. And the 7x5 piece goes in the center over here. The 2 1.5 inch strips, the first strips were on our paper number 1. The 1.5 inch strips from paper number 2 are going under to accent our punches. So if you don't happen to have a knockout one, you could just punch on here and lay it on top of your paper. You could also use border stickers, as Cheryl suggested. Then you have your 4.5 squares. You have your triangle over here, and then your teensy tiny little strips. I thought this was very clever. Your 7-inch strip goes at the top on the right and the bottom, and your 5-inch strip goes at the top and the bottom of the left. So that is the basic layout. You are going to place photos here, 3x3 photos. On my sample, I didn't have 3x3, so I just cut this photo 3x3, and then this photo is 3x6, and that's the birthday girl. I wanted to show it all, so I just kept it a whole photo. Do whatever works for your photos. And of course you're going to embellish, and I'm going to add some of my trees. So that is it for the basic layout. Does anyone have any questions? Don't hear anybody. I don't see hands raised. So then we'll just pause the recording and we'll assemble. Hi everybody, welcome back through the magic of video. My layout is complete. I've added a peekaboo pocket on the left-hand side. I like to hide my journaling, so that's going to go here. And then I have a peekaboo pocket on the right-hand side because I just have too many pictures. That's there. And plus, I also wanted both of these photos to show, and I couldn't, so I just put them on top of each other. And we did a scrapping by decision, and everybody online with me live decided, they liked it better with the photo down low, and then this one just dropping into the bottom, because the other option was to center it. So when you add your strip to the back of this piece of paper that you've cut, I just turned this piece of paper over, put repo all along it, and then added the strip to the back of it. I'm pretty sure you could figure that out, but I wanted to give you that hint. Also, you can use a border sticker instead of punching out. As you can see, I used all of the punch outs, not all, I used a lot of the punch outs on my layout for decorations, just thinks it adds, scatters it across the page. I did the W-esque, embellishment cluster here, working across the page. These two happen to be on top of each other, but that's just how it worked out. I also, as I did on my sample, this is a 3x3 photo. This is a 3x6 photo. This is bear or elk or moose activity on the tree, and I didn't want to cut it because you wouldn't be able to really tell what was going on there. So again, kept it to 3x6 like I did on my sample. I did the same thing. So I think that's it for me. Would anyone else like to share?
Happy to share.
Karen's gonna share. Great.
So I did something a little different.
Wonderful.
So hopefully y'all can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
Nice.
like it.
Put the music notes
So I
on.
did the music notes.
That,
And
the,
then
on
this
the
is
border. That
the,
looks great.
this is the second page.
Cool. And you carried it
Okay.
across 2 pages. That looks good.
Yep, and I'm gonna add a couple of pocket pages or peekaboo pockets with some journaling and stuff too, but yeah, I
Nice.
like it.
Great.
That looks great. Looks
Appreciate
awesome.
you sharing.
Gonna share mine real quick while
Yes.
the ladies are quiet back here for 10 seconds. So just very simple with the golfing outing, and I didn't have a lot of embellishments, so that's there it is.
Nice. And what you
Good.
used banner BMC?
Yes, this little one,
That
these
looks
little banners that came out, and I did sort of replicate it here in my little journaling title there that I did.
nice. Looks good.
That looks awesome.
Super
I like
cute.
it.
I can share mine if I can figure out how. That's not it.
Hold on, we've got to remove spotlight. Are you digital or are you traditional?
Additional.
Okay, so then you just hold it on up and we'll spotlight you. There we
That's it.
go. There we go.
Oh, nice.
I'm still missing one
Nice.
more picture, but
I
still
like
looking for
it. It looks
looks nice.
nice.
It
Good.
looks
this is
good.
some old creative memory. I mean, close to my heart paper. I didn't
Nice.
have the so
Pretty colors goes well with your pictures. I like the way
Yeah,
you
it
adapted
does.
the idea.
thank you.
Okay. Ola, do you want to share?
I can. I'm not quite done, but
Yeah, you and me both. So
let's see.
I'm trying to go last so I have more time.
There's a method to her madness, Ola.
There is method here.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the colors.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
the
Colors are pretty.
Thank you.
That's
That
gorgeous.
is great. Where are you?
This is California over here.
Okay.
I use these pages to match together, but these pictures really go on a different page and those pictures come here. So
Okay. That's
Um,
okay. It
it's
all
on the way to
works.
California and in California.
Beautiful. Looks good.
Thank you. All right.
Like
Stop
the way
sharing.
you tilted your sign and put the leaves, the palm fronds behind it. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really nice.
And for
Another
the
page.
So for the first time, usually I just kind of go make my page, right? Following
Mhm.
kind of the outline that you guys have, but I don't do it precisely. Today I start off doing it precisely with your measurements, and boy, that took forever to do. I'm gonna go back to the
Yeah, you
ad-libbing
do
it.
you, Ola. However works best for you. You do you.
I think the simple kits, it's easier to do the measurements. Yeah, I think with the project recipes, typically it's easier to do your own, to adapt a lot more.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'll share my screen. I'll share the correct screen. Okay. So I'm not quite done, but I'm getting there.
Oh,
Oh,
like it.
cute.
all you need is meow.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cute.
that is cute.
That
So,
is cute.
my daughter rescued a little baby kitten. So
Cute,
that was
cute.
on her doorstep in the rain.
Oh,
Oh,
Aw.
So Now she sends us videos in the morning with our morning toast.
Awesome.
I like
So
that.
she's very, very cute. And she's a snowshoe because she's got all 4 white paws. It's
Oh,
really,
cute.
really cute. So
Nice page, Kari.
thanks. So I thought I would do a cat page because I've done all these dog pages and I really had to stretch to try to find some cat digital stuff that I don't have, but I guess I now will be getting some. So
I like it.
yeah. All right. Colleen, that was a great class.
Thanks,
So
everybody. Really appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you.
And I created an album.
Okay.
You can please, if you don't mind sharing photos, and like on my photos here, my granddaughter, they don't want her image to be shown on anywhere. So I've just placed little crabs on her face and I'll just take a picture, and post it in the album. So if you're so generously would like to share your layouts, because you're inspiring other people.
yes.
Learn from each
Yes.
other.
Well,
So
thank you
for joining
so
us.
much.
That's
Next
a great
week-
class, Colleen. Thank
Thank
you.
Next week
Yes,
is
thank you.
simple. Next week is a simple, what is it? Simple layout.
A noteworthy simple page kit number 7.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
And it's like barbecue themed from the
Ooh.
way it is, with lights and grills and barbecue sauce and summer cookout.
Nice. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks so much.
Oh, yes. Thank you.